Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation. Today we're going to do an ABX guide for Cyclops on Blast Villain Day. This is the team that you want to be using, guys. This is going to be the optimal team. You want to use Ulysses here for his Tier 2 passive, which increases guaranteed critical rate by 35%. So if you have a rage, that thing's going to synchronize really well with the rage. But we're going to be doing a run with a CTP of Energy with a damage proc. Because every time I do an ABX guide, I always do it with a damage proc first. Always. And he gives that critical damage increase by 35%, you guys. And I know it says apply to self, but I'll show you something. So we'll get out of here. And now Magneto here has 45% increase of all attack. It's his leadership, and we're using him because Cyclops has a 35% increase of all attack leadership, and he has a 30% increase to his passive. Well, even when Cyclops is in the side there, and not in the leadership, he's still going to get that 30% increased passive, plus the 45% increase to all attack from Magneto's leadership. 45% is better than 35%, guys, so that's why you want to have Magneto in there. And he only needs to be Tier 1 for that. Now let's take a look at Cyclops. Now my Cyclops has 52,000 energy attack, and that's with Magneto's 45% all attack leadership. He has max attack speed, 40 crit rate, max critical damage, almost max ignore defense, and max skill cooldown. Now you guys see that critical damage is maxed out at 200%. And I said that Ulysses, even though Ulysses passive says apply to self, if we take Ulysses out of here, now let's take a look at this. Now look at his critical damage. Now it's 176%. So even though Ulysses passive, and we gotta find him now, even though it says that it only applies to self, where you at, buddy? Even though it says it only applies to himself, you're still getting that Tier 2 passive, guys. So that's pretty awesome. All of his gears are 25, and he just has 5-star energy attack gurus, guys. So I could definitely put some crit rate in there. But I'm gonna end up putting a CTP of rage on this guy. But I had to do the ABX guide with the CTP of energy first for you guys, just so you know how to play him with a damage proc. And it's really easy, guys. I'm telling you, it's easy. All of his skills are 6. Now let's just preview the rotation. Real easy, guys. I mean, seriously, it's pretty much like what I was explaining in the last Shadowland video I did with this guy. You just want to start with the 5, get your damage proc on the 5, go into the 4, let the 4 play out, guys. Let him swing around and shoot his little beam around. That way you clear out the mobs. That's really going to help your damage. Then hit your 2, then hit the 3, and then hit the 1, then hit the 3. As soon as the 5 is off cooldown, hit the 5 again. Now guys, your proc's going to get off sometimes, and that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, guys. If your proc lands in your 5 or your 3 or your 4, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure you keep it on the Tier 3. And what happens is you do 2 rotations of 5, 4, 2, 1, 3. You do 2 rotations, and then you'll see that cooldown, that Tier 3, at like about 80%. As soon as you hit the 3, cancel straight into the Tier 3. Just like that. You'll hit the 3, get the Tier 3 off cooldown, then hit your Tier 3. And then you're going to go right back into the 5, go right back into the 4, 2, 1, 3. As soon as the 5's off cooldown, do the same thing again. And then when the Tier 3, we'll hit the 5, hit the 4, the 2, the 1, hit the 3, and then you're going to go back into the Tier 3. Real easy, you guys. Now, I'll do a little slow motion for you guys so you can watch it. I know some of you guys like the slow motion. I really don't think you need it for this guy, but we'll do it, man. If it helps somebody, I'm all for it. Well, let's finish the build. He has a fully awakened Power of Angry Hulk set, and he has a CTP of Energy with a 200% damage proc. And I told you guys, I got this uniform at Mythic. And we take a look at all the uniform options. You got Loki, you got Ant-Man, we got Weapon Hex, Emma, and Spider-Gwen. And I could add more attack with Spider-Gwen and Ant-Man, but I'm probably not, to be honest, you guys. I'm not really that worried about it. It's not going to make that big a difference in the damage. And just like I did with Shadowland, guys, I tried doing runs where I was hitting, trying to keep the proc on the 5 every time, trying to keep the proc on the 5 and the Tier 3. And honestly, I can consistently do more damage with this rotation. Seriously, it's really crazy. So guys, let's get into some slow-mo. Let's rock and roll. Okay guys, so here we go. We're going to start off with that 5 and hopefully get that damage proc on the 5. That's what you want to do. You really want to kind of move a little bit more forward towards the beast, but it's all good. We're going to hit that 4 and shoot that beam all around. He's going to spin around, shoot all the beam everywhere. Kill all them mobs around you. You want to do that. That's going to help your damage. Hit the 2. Then you're going to go into the 1. Let the 1 play out. He's going to go into his little partial there. There he goes. And then hit your 3. As soon as the 5 is off cooldown, go back into the 5. Whether the damage proc lands on the 3 or the 5 or 4, it doesn't matter, guys. Just do it like this, and you'll find it works pretty awesome. Go back into the 5. Now, if the damage proc lands on the 5, that's just all the more merrier. You're going to be doing that much more damage. Now, we're going to hit the 4 again. I mean, it's really easy. 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, really easy. And we're going to hit our 1. Now right now, there's still the proc is still counting down. We got about 2 seconds left, so we're going to hit the 3, and we're going to let that 3 play out a little bit. Now guys, normally for you, whenever your proc triggers, count 6 seconds, and once you get to that 6 seconds, go ahead and hit your 3, then your tier 3. And booyah! Hit our tier 3. Hopefully get the proc. There's the proc right at the beginning of the skill, right where we want it. Let that thing completely play out. That lasts really awesome in slow-mo. That lasts a long time. Let it completely play out. Go back into the 5, 4, 2, 1, 3. Really, really simple. I mean, I really find that you do a lot more damage doing it this way, guys. When I was trying to just land the proc on the 5 every time and hit the tier 3, I was scoring like 1.25 million. So yeah, you guys can see in the top right hand corner what I was scoring. And he did a lot better when I was doing it like this, just going balls to the wall. There the proc landed on the 3, and we're just going to go ahead and hit that 5, man. We're going to go ahead and hit that 5. We're going to hit the 4. I'm not even worried about the proc at this point, guys. I'm not worried about it at all. I just want to get that sucker on that tier 3, just like I showed you in Shadowland. Now the proc's got about 1 second left. We're going to hit our 1. Now the proc's gone. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run around a little bit. We're going to hit the 3 and then cancel straight into the tier 3. Every time you got about 80 to 90% on that tier 3 and you hit that 3 skill, your tier 3 will be off cooldown. So you want to hit your third skill, get the tier 3 off cooldown, then hit your tier 3 and hopefully engage the proc. That's what you're trying to do, guys. And you go back in the 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, and there you go, guys. Pretty simple for the most part. So let's get into the actual run. Okay guys, so now it's time for the real run. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, guys, as far as counting down your proc. So we'll start off, we're going to hit that 5. There's our damage proc. And remember, as soon as the proc starts, it's going to be about 7 seconds before it procs again, usually. Now this is RNG based, guys. Sometimes it'll proc, sometimes it'll be 8 seconds, sometimes it'll be 9. Sometimes it'll miss an entire rotation. It does happen. But every time that thing triggers, so you see the countdown. Here, we'll do it together here in a little bit. We'll wait for the proc. We're going to hit our 3 here. There's the proc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we wait. We're going to hit our third skill, then our tier 3. And look at that. Exactly. Every time that proc triggers, especially when your tier 3 is about ready to go off cooldown, start counting. And as soon as you get to 6, make sure your 3 is ready to use, and your tier 3 is about 80% ready, and then hit your third skill, then your tier 3. Other than that, guys, you're just running through it. I mean, as soon as after you do your tier 3, the 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, and that's it, man. It's easy as hell, guys. I mean, it really surprised me. I really thought if I kept the proc on the 5th skill each time, and then hit the proc on the tier 3 every time, I would do more damage, but nope. It didn't work out that way, guys. Whenever you just pour it on like this and you're just getting that tier 3 off cooldown more often, just like I was explaining in Shadowland, man, it's just the way he works. Most of his damage comes from the tier 3. And that's why it works like this. Oh yeah. You know, he isn't as strong as I would hope, to be honest. I mean, he isn't fully built, guys, but he is built pretty well. And I am a little disappointed in his damage. I was hoping he'd do a little bit more than this. But, you know, it is what it is. He is better than Magneto, and he's definitely a whole lot easier to play than Magneto. And by the way, guys, if you're curious, my Magneto was scoring about a million. He's got a CTP of Energy, and he was scoring about 1,000,000 points. Sometimes 1.1, but Magneto's a real pain in the butt, so I never really try for that. So I usually get about 1,000,000, and I just settle for that. But Cyclops can easily get that over 1.2 million with the CTP of Energy, so it's not like a huge improvement. But you'll see in this run, we've already hit 1.2 million, and we still got 40 seconds left. So he's definitely going to beat that score with doing this rotation, just kind of going balls to the wall. And like I said, you see the tier 3's got 90% cooldown right there. I hit the third skill, got the tier 3 off cooldown, now we hit the tier 3. You're pretty well going balls to the wall, and then once that tier 3 is about 80% ready to go, you're going to run around a little bit, make sure your proc is, you know, that 6 seconds is up, or 7 seconds, and then hit your third skill, then your tier 3. Remember, before you do the tier 3, always cancel the third skill into the tier 3. You can try using the 5 before the tier 3, but I find a lot of times that 5 will trigger the proc, and then you won't get that damage proc on the tier 3, and that is not good. You're going to lose a lot of damage. So guys, you know, a little over 1.4 million, so not bad, not bad. You know, I would like it to be a little bit more, but it's fine. So guys, let me know what you think about old Cyclops, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.